Welcome back to Arizona Reloading. Today we are going to do something that should be done every time you get done using your piece of equipment, and that's cleaning. Clean your dies, clean your presses, oil, all your little components, your little hinge areas and stuff. But today we're going to be working on these two. These are Lee Load-All 2s for shot shell reloading. Got the 20 gauge here on the far left, and the 12 gauge, the one closest to you. The 12 gauge we're going to be doing some extra work on here shortly, but let me show you what's going on there. The charge bar right here broke, and I called Lee, told him what happened. I had never had any issues with this in the 13 years I've had it. I called them, told them what had happened. They said send us the part. They sent me a new one today. It's in the mail for free because it was a one-time replacement deal. So shout out to Lee for their equipment and their customer service. I really appreciate it, and it'll be here Wednesday. So I figured since I've got that apart and the hoppers are empty, let's get some cleaning done and kind of take care of them and get ready for the next time we're ready to use them. So we're going to start with the 12 gauge first, since it's already getting ready for new parts. So I want to clean it and make sure that when the part gets here, I can put it in there and work on getting that together and going straight forward with it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this faceplate off, and just a little bitty, just a little nut driver deal. It's got slotted for a flathead screwdriver, but I like using these. They just unscrew. Put your screws where you won't lose them. I roll the tape there so they just stay in there. Oops, let that bar come off. So, now I'm going to look up in here where your charge bar sits. Make sure there's no debris, no burrs. Up in here where the powder and the shot drop, make sure there's nothing. Then I'm going to take some used dryer sheets, just used up dryer sheets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in here and I'm going to rub it around and make sure it dissipates any static buildup. And it also helps the charge bar to run and to slide. So, alright, once that's done there, okay. Now I'm going to go inside my hopper and I'm going to take a look. My hopper has some powder residue in it. So let's take a little stick here, a little chopstick that I've had laying around. Knock all this down through there. Get it out. Then I'm also going to take the dryer sheets and I'm going to put in here too and rub around so there's no static buildup in there. And the one thing you don't want to do is leave powder. You don't want to leave powder in these things because it'll stick. And when it sticks, it messes things up. So to get any extra out, I'll do the other side too, the shot side. While I'm here, take this apart and we can dump it out and then really make sure it's good and clean. So, and to do that, all you do is just pull your handles off of the deal there, put your hand on top, because when that spring comes up, it lets it go. So, see that there? Alright. You just dump it out on your table. Make sure there's no debris in there. Again, take the dryer sheets, rub your dryer sheets in there. Just, you don't have to like get in there and get, because there's some screws in here you want to maintain too. You want to check. And they're right down in here. And all that is screws that hold to this, to where each one of your guides are. You just want to make sure they're good and tight. Do not come loose. That one's a little loose. Because if that comes loose, you could have problems with your charge bar, dumping shot, extra shot. When you cycle your handle up and down, you'll have shot drop and bulk. It's a mess. And assembly is the same. It's just reverse what you did. Put that down there, shove that down onto there, slide this down onto the guide. Yeah, maybe we'll do that too. It's a little stiff. I'll take this, just rub up and down on this rod there, on this guide rod, see if it'll help it. You don't want to use any oil on this. Oil was detrimental to powder, primers. It will eat it. It's not good, not pretty. If you get any oil in there, it'll mess it up. And just put your hand, raise it up to where your pins align with your holes, and then just rock it back over there. Put it back there. Cycle it a few times. Make sure it goes up and down. Looks like we're sliding out of the way there. So get that there. There we go. Bumped the camera and everything slid. So now that this is all back together, I'm going to do one final rub through. I'm going to take my fingers, feel, make sure there's no debris, no burrs, no anything like that. Then I'm going to put my faceplate back on for now, because I know that charge bar will be here Wednesday, and I can put the charge bar in. And then just get these holes here, and we'll copy that. And I'm going to do the same thing to the 20 gauge loader here. Same process. Just making sure that the charge bar operates freely and smoothly. I've already done hit. I had to wash this one out because I had powder get left in there and during a move, and it built up and was having some issues. So, but that's all it is to it. These are probably some of the easiest things to clean. Take this off right here. Same way. Take that off. Set your screws where you don't lose them. Take your faceplate off. Remove your charge bar. It's the same thing. See, that's what broke. This piece right here, and this charge bar, this little tab right here. This is what broke off. And that's all it is. And then you take your dryer sheets again, rub through there on the charge bar. Make sure there's no static or no crud built up on it. I mean, you'll see wear, but you just make sure that that there's no chunks or anything built up on it, and they just pick right off if there is. Then rub your dryer sheet over it, kind of get anything, and then put your charge bar back in, put your faceplate back on, don't lose your screws. And again, you want to make sure your screws inside your hopper are tight to your tools down there. And then check for your operation. That's it. Should move freely. Move freely. Anything, if it just, if you have to like stiff like this, stiff like this, stiff like this, stop your run, dump your shot and your powder out, and clean it. And that's what was happening to the 20 gauge. It was binding up on me there for a while, and because I hadn't cleaned, like I said, I hadn't cleaned it since the move. Got everything set back up, and didn't do what I should have done, which was clean everything before I started running. Had some issues. I'm surprised that one didn't break on me. But all said and done, everything's good. Everything works. And we are back up and running on the 20 gauge now. This one. So as soon as the charge bar gets in for the 12 gauge, I'll install it, new bushings and everything. Install it. And it'll be ready to rock and roll as soon as I get some more shot and powder made up. I've got some drippers here, number 5 drippers that I ordered off of Amazon. Number 5 drippers. I've got to build a lead tank and install these drippers. Then I can start dripping and making my own number 5 shot. But until now, until I get that done, I'll just keep them right there. So until next time, keep your equipment clean, keep reloading, keep shooting, keep it on target. This is Arizona Reloader. We'll talk to you again.